Welcome, all my aliens, apes, and zombies. It's Crypto Novo 311. It's Saturday night, 10 o'clock in Chicago. And man, I've been looking forward to this all day. We got some fun stuff going on with some fun people. And we're going to be talking not only about a little horse racing, but we're going to talk about some NFTs as well. And with that, we're going to bring in some friends in a little bit. But as you can see on Twitter, been posting about this all day because I've been looking forward to it. Been having a really great week in the NFT world. I have a good friend, JRR Token. Good friend, Mr. Token. We're going to be talking about our races and how Zed run and how we got some ponies going on. We also got some James Christie, aka Satoshi's Closet, that will be talking with us as well in his navigations throughout New York. And let's start right off with bringing in a good friend of mine, JRR Token. My friend, how are we doing today? How are we doing? Good, good, good.
What's up? What's going on?
We've been talking about our horses. You kind of talked me into, I shouldn't say talk me, and I was extremely.
I didn't talk you into anything. You took your, I don't give any financial advice.
I was reaching out to your prior experience to owning a horse because I was interested in getting one as well, and being completely green in it and not knowing much, and knowing that you at least did your research in it. A great part about the Twitter community now is how you can just reach out to people real quick and find information quickly. So that's what I did, and you actually helped me find the right type of horse to look for and the right type of racing to look for, and it happened real quickly here.
Oh yeah. So we hope that we picked the right one, but I think we had a good bet. Yeah, there's so many tools and this really awesome community here. Not sure if everyone's familiar with what Zed is, but it's a NFT horse racing game, and they're basically the first breathing, living NFTs that you don't only own, but you could race them, you could breed them, and you can make new NFTs, which is totally nuts. And so, right now, I think you got one horse, but wait, is it a young? Should we show them? Let's go to your stable. Let's check out this beautiful. Yeah, this is okay. We could go to the top right corner and click your stable.
So what we're going through here is we're going to be checking out my stable, which right now I have one horse right here.
Yeah.
And then
so click on young Secretariat. Go back. Let's check that. Let's go check out your little pony.
There we go, right there.
So if we go to details, let's scroll down. Let's see, Young Secretariat, Nakamoto. So Nakamoto, as in Satoshi Nakamoto, is the number one bloodline of these horses. Not only that, but this is a Z2 Genesis. So there's something like 30,000 Genesis horses that will ever be made across all the bloodlines, and that is it. So that's why there's such a demand for these horses, and you swooped in and got this beauty, this colt. So it's a male, hasn't mated yet, but that's one of the cool things is you're going to be able to put this in the stud farm soon, and you'll be able to breed with other NFT horses and sell them on the market, or keep them, race them, build out a whole stable, build out a whole business.
That's what made it very interesting to me, is just of almost the passive income of it was where, like you see with Crypto Kitties and anything, it's a gamified NFT, which, you're able to play, and not only that, you're able to intermingle and breed with other horses to make other NFTs, which you can sell, race, and gamify again.
I don't know how passive it is, but it's definitely something that is like, real value. But what excites me is that it's got some utility to it. It's the NFT can really play with. Here, hit view 3D. Let's see. Let's smack it on the ass and see what this what this horsey does.
That's funny. Look at this thing.
Look at
I
that
didn't
beauty.
see this. I haven't even clicked this right.
Yeah, what a beauty. Now, if you click it, we could give it a little spank gallop on its butt. Give it a little click. Let's give it a little.
Oh
Give it a
yeah,
little. Oh yeah! Now you can
like the
spin and
jockey.
turn
I'm
it.
like the
You
jockey
could,
here.
yeah, you could spin and turn it. Get those angles. Like let's see these. Let's see these sweet lines on this. But let's see the Nakamoto. Wow.
That's pretty fun. That's pretty wicked.
I mean, that is yours. No one else can have Young Secretariat right now. So, I mean, the fact that it's a Nakamoto Genesis Z2 is insane. Like, it just automatically has value because people will want to breed with it. And, there is a lot of interesting things. Like, I think your horse raced has a decent amount of races under its belt. Might
That's,
not be
I think
number.
it had 27 races. It said here,
Mhm.
and it has went 3 shows.
Yeah, so it's
Um,
got it's got some more to do, like to check it out. We got to see what kind of other, again, if you go to racing and
so then I'm able to race in a class 4, 3, 2, and 1. Correct.
you right now you're class 3,
So I can race
so
3 and above.
you could do 3 and below. Class 1 is the best.
Okay,
That's
so
where you're
3,
gonna get
2. Okay.
heavy hitters, and so those are all the races right now.
So
There are
let's say I wanted to hop in on this race. It's a $4 race.
you could
Correct.
do it. So you just click in, scroll
Commemorative
down,
Cup here.
pick the
And then,
last slot. You can see all the other horses. Oh,
oh, it
just
just got snatched.
get
Live action. Just got snatched right underneath
get
my nose, right? Is that what
right
just
under
happened?
it. I saw that.
All right. So best of luck. We'll go on to how about this Oaks race right here. How about this?
Yeah. So also just keep in mind, like and you'll figure this out as you put your horses in more races. You'll see it's like, oh, maybe your horse comes in wins at 2,200 meters. Maybe not. That's
All
something
right.
that
So
you'll use. And there's all these. The community is insane. They're making like the most unbelievable tools and trackers and like you could really dig in and drill in to all these horses, and once they really open up breeding fully, it's going to be nuts.
so
Gonna
you're
be
saying that you're believing that this is kind of like just the beginning, scratching the surface on it
Oh yeah,
of what they can do.
they're oh totally, yeah. This is you know right now what they're doing, they're still dropping. Zed is still dropping um horses, Genesis horses, and they want to
Okay.
be done. It was according to what I've read and seen in the Discord from them, is like they want to be done with this horse droppings
That's great.
by the end of the year, because what they want to do is just focus on the platform and keep the races going, keep the races interesting, and the breeding functionality, and keep evolving the platform, and let us, who are investing in these horses, really build out the marketplace for the horses and the breeding. And it's going to be super interesting to see what happens as people like inbreed and cross, or start even partnering up. Like, look, man, I'm dying for your horse to have sex with my horse. I can't wait. I want that Nakamoto juice.
Well, I
For
mean,
my,
that's what it's going to turn into, because that's just going to turn into
yeah,
adding value to your stable as you're going
yeah.
through this.
And I know you, so hopefully you'll give me a sweet deal on that cult juice.
Well, it's all it's all part of the business within these these gamified NFTs, is to have them reach their boundaries and their limits, and that is even if it is having them breed with other NFTs, which is absolutely crazy, but it makes perfect sense, and it makes it you know tradable, fun,
Yeah,
something more than just an image that you can look at that you enjoy. It's more than that. Something, an
yeah,
image you can look at, enjoy, and then it also has the playable, gameable effect. Now,
totally. Yeah,
I'm
one of
waiting.
my horses, wow, that was a quite the first place win we just saw there. That's nice.
My
If
defining year.
one of my horses is about to race in like about a minute, I think. So let's go check that out. If
All
we
right.
go to racing and go to up, right, yeah, click that, and then coming up next, yeah, it's that Class 5 Hong Kong International for a whopping $2.66.
Oh
All right,
man.
let's watch it in 3D. Let's go. Let's do some
All right.
audio. You could also set it to auto cam. You could move the camera. You could get really fancy with
This
it.
is live action. Like this is
Oh,
you.
this
This
is
is
live.
you right now. What horse
Yeah,
are we
I
looking
am.
at?
My horse is Pop Tart, number 12. Also.
That's awesome. Number 12 slot. Okay. Here
Yep,
comes
number
12
12.
slot. Pop Tart.
Pop Tart coming in hot.
Big money on this.
Oh, Genghis Khan. Interesting. Genghis Khan in slot 1 is actually related. I think it's
Not Great Bob is in the race here. Here they are.
Genghis Khan is actually related to me, to my Pop Tart, which is
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, your Pop Tart's in the way. I'm gonna try to change camera angles on here. All right.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
you could do that. You can move it around. They actually
You
made
can
it
move
pretty.
it. You can see what's you can like. All right.
Yeah,
So
they made a
here's
sweet
Pop
platform.
Tart. He's all the way on the right. We're looking at this one tracked here on the right.
Yeah,
Right
so
now,
is-
Pop Tart is in currently 12th place. We're moving it around here. All right, Pop Tart's up to 11th place. Here he comes.
I don't want Pop Tart to be like running up front because he's definitely gonna lose steam.
So he's a closer, you think? You want him in the back?
Oh
there.
yeah, I'm happy if it hangs out in the back because once it gets to that,
Oh, you can move this around. Look at this. Oh, wicked. All right.
All right, we got about 600 meters left.
Oh, look, you can click on the horse and it like changes it. Here
Pop-Tart
comes
moves
Pop
on
Tart.
up.
He's in third now. Come on.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, my little Pop. Now, Pop Tart's my colt. Definitely plan on breeding with Pop Tart. I'm liking this. I see that finish
Here he
line.
goes.
Come on, baby.
He's in second place.
I'll take
You can see the
second.
finish line ahead.
Oh boy. Oof. Oh boy. Come on. Can you keep it? Can you keep it
Come
up?
on, here he goes. He's in second place. Just hold on, buddy.
Yes.
Pop Tart at the photo.
Oh,
Oh, you're kidding me. No
Terrible.
way.
Right at the fourth place, not even third. Oh, let's see. Oh,
Fourth place. Oh, you
man.
gotta be kidding me.
Can't say we didn't try. I'm gonna pop. All right, I'll put my Maiko, my other horse, into a race. So see what's going on.
Well, I'm that
Damn,
got my heart going. I mean, that was extremely,
that's a pretty good race. I mean,
extremely entertaining there. That was really fun. That was actually pretty fun.
NFT Widow asked, can they get hurt? They haven't like broken a leg yet where I had to put it down, but we'll see what happens. So far, they're like eternal, which I think is pretty cool. You don't have to feed them. You know, they just run.
Do they age? I don't even know that. Do they age?
Not yet. They're digital, so you know, they just live in the metaverse and they run and they mate. Sweet life. No glue factory yet. We'll see what happens.
Bob Babbage doesn't get his greasy little hands on those things.
I can't believe. Man, fourth.
All right,
so close.
Let's take a. Oh, sorry, wrong. What am I doing here? I gotta push a button here. Let's take a look at if I have any races come up. See, I had put in one. It's still an hour away. I
that's
put
fine.
in early.
Well, you know,
because I didn't know what I was doing, to tell you the truth, and I wanted to at least make sure there was a race if I was going to put.
Have you done any races recently? Like, let's go to winnings. Have you done anything?
Winnings up here. This is my horse's winnings. See, look now.
That's a zero winner. We definitely got to get some action now. If you go to results though from your previous owner of the horse, and you click on My Race Horses Only, you know, there's plenty of data on you know.
Oh, excellent! So
yeah, you can replay.
Now I can look at what distance maybe works best for my horse.
You can. Well, actually, you know, I could pop. If you look in the chat. That is, this is a site called Z Tools. Like a user-generated site that's pulling, you know, data from Zed, and and Discord, and this is your horse's like kind of overview. It's a great little tool. And so what you could see here is you could see like the ROI of your overall horse. You can actually look at your distance summary here. So if you go to distance summary and get view details, click on the view details on the distance summary. What it'll show you like a little graph about all the distances that your horse has raced in class 3 and what your odds, and as you win, you'll get win rate, but
going
what the
through.
current odds are. Not great right now, but that's just because we need to
get some
your
races
horse into a couple more races.
Data.
Yeah, and then what's wild is see how it shows you your parents, Point Break and John
Snow.
And you could look at their statistics and see that yeah. Now what gets really crazy when you start breeding, if you click explore bloodline, you can do that on that horse too. It doesn't matter because they're connected. So this guy did a really cool job. So when you start thinking about breeding, you can look at the children, your siblings. So if you go to the children of Point Break or Jon Snow, you can start seeing like, hey, did they birth winners? You could see all the look at that Y2K. 2K is actually a pretty sweet horse out there. So you hit the plus button and you're connected. That's your sibling. That means the DNA is there.
Yeah.
Now, curious to know if you have the same parent, but then you could you could drag and drop these little family trees around, move them to organize them a bit, and then you're able to start kind of strategizing.
Oh my gosh, that's wicked.
Yeah, you can start, and you can zoom in and zoom out if you scroll. It's pretty cool. So you can like really start, figuring out potential mating scenarios. You could even somehow get back to in an inbreeding scenario if you wanted to do that, like connect, find out the owner of a sibling who's like kicking butt, and then somehow rejoin the DNA together for like a superpower for it. But
that's some cool
no
stuff.
one's even, we're just haven't even scratched the surface of all this stuff.
Sure, and then what you can share and say about that. I mean, it's cool. There's a ton.
Look how far they've come already. It's insane.
All right, so where would I go to see my next races? Next to run.
Next to run. You really need a My Force tab here, but if you go to next to run, and you just scroll down, you'll have a little orange icon next to the race that shows that you'll be in there. So I think it was something around 50 minutes now. Yeah, there it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in someone else, and because this was wicked fun with just the horse action here. And next person we're going to bring in here is Satoshi's Closet, and what he is a CryptoPunk fan who has just been, well, I'll let him bring it up because it is pretty cool, and I've been following him because I've been interested and kind of actually jealous that I haven't been able to been doing what he's doing. And so here he is. He's live. He's coming in live and direct. Look at that. Yes, I love it.
Who's Satoshi's Closet? I got my avatar.
Right there. We got James Christie bouncing around right there. The avatar is perfect. I love it.
Thanks for having me on the show, Novo.
Yes,
you didn't have me on for the races, though. I'm watching the races here, and with you guys. I got a text from Mrs. Nakamoto during the race. She says, "Forget my crypto horse."
And you're probably sitting there probably screaming at the screen like us, like, "Come on, go, go! You got it!
Exactly. Pop-Tart.
Oh man, what a great name for a horse too. I mean, that's popping right out of and yeah. He was hanging in there. He was flying in there fourth at the end. It was like a photo finish fourth.
I know. He slipped. It happens.
So, all right. So what we've been doing is we've been talking and chatting, through Twitter, and it's come to just really, really neat stuff in the sense that we're able to connect and collaborate to, speak out and help you as an artist.
Absolutely.
And why don't you talk about a little bit what you've been working on, and actually what's up for sale up until about tomorrow, almost what, around this time tomorrow, 24 hours?
For sure. We've got until 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow until the gavel goes to Christie's auction. And project I put together several weeks, obviously an ode to the big Christie's crypto, and it's really a historic event. And as a fan of punks and somebody playing in the NFT space since 2019 and hanging in the world since then, it seemed like a really fun opportunity to a piece of crypto art that of course is truly iconic and deserve the stage that Christie set for it. And it got me thinking, how to recognize this historic event. And, it got me wondering who is James Christie, right? What is Christie's auction house all about? Who's this figure from 2 years ago? So I go digging around a little bit. I'll share my screen here.
Yeah, yes, please do.
If you can go over.
There we go.
I just unclicked mine. And so, who's James Christie? He's just this figure from the past etched into stone on King Street in auction house of Christie's, right? So who was this big figure auctioning things off? Followed John Sotheby. James doesn't like about that, the fact that that John Sotheby was actually first, but Christie's been doing it a long time, and Christie's has been doing it a long time. And so I had to wonder, well, what if James punk, or what if Christie's got punked? And I got deeper into the world of punks, which had always been on my periphery. And of course, like everybody, why didn't I head and snatch a punk back when they were only, an ETH or two, not long ago. So I created this punk version of Christie, and the more I went down the hole into this release, I'm gonna go into my working file. You guys can see behind that keys. That's the new MTV.
Love it. That's what it is, going down into that NFT rabbit hole. It happens to everyone, and that's what I just saw. I just loved it.
And so I created this pixel version of James Christie, of course, having to fit to the other silhouette, right, because that's the way he's iconically viewed outside of the London house. And so I create this James Christie avatar, and it gets me thinking, well, if I'm really going to pay tribute to punks and embody the punks, you can't do it with just this Christie. You can't communicate everything that the punk they are so iconic without exploring more of these attributes. Like, what if Christie had a mohawk, common punk feature? So the first variant that I started to was this character over here who became Jameson. And they didn't have names at first, playing the James motif, but I had to create Jameson first. And then Jay smoked pipe. And then Christie. She's maybe the most badass, and Nova's soft spot in your heart for Christie, given the big shades, smoking the cigarette. She's the most badass of the Christies. And the more I go down NFT rabbit hole, this punks rabbit hole, as you describe it, the more I wonder, well, why is it that people want to represent themselves as a punk? What does it mean to be a punk, to be an avatar? And you could communicate something differently about yourself in this avatar world than you can in our physical world. You have a whole show that you're Crypto Novo. And so Christie couldn't possibly be just one type of Christie. Right? What if Christie was, wearing the 3D shades, but not just wearing the 3D shades, but peering down over the top of them? So I used of punks and thought, how can we still do some creative things here? Gem, for instance, there's no punk that wears a backwards cap, let alone pilot underneath a backwards cap. Or Jamie, the wild hair punk. No wears a cowboy hat and has wild hair underneath. So what would this James Christie of 1766 swinging the gavel for the first time have been if Christie could have explored the world of punks? So this through all of these different punks, and of course there has to be an alien, because the alien iconic how Christie, the presentation, is really how this all together is the Christies. And ran it in parallel, have been running it in parallel with the Christie's auction, putting these up to commemorate, pay tribute to really an historic event that I think believable movement. Look at, yes, this is an historic event, but that's because decades, centuries from now, this lives on the blockchain. And certainly we wanted to do it right, so we did this with a custom smart contract. The metadata, the images are backed up on IPFS, backed by Arweave. Want to make sure that permanence is part of what we offer. I think, you know, looks at that. What is a timeless piece before they put it up for auction? And so we put this listing here on OpenSea, our Christie as a tribute here to Novo. And all of these are now open for auction up until tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time. You know, it's really important too to represent this array of gender, of I mean, I think that's part of what appeals to people about punks too. And you know, some people are fortunate to have punks, but what is the image you put forward? How do you represent yourself out in the world? And being in this new online space gives people an opportunity to present themselves and they might see fit and interact with people, truly interact with people, different medium in a way that is going to stand the time alongside the physical world. So that's the inspiration here. And had to show the project, of course, to Nicole Richie Rich, aka Paris NFT, Paris Shilton NFT, and connected me with Novo. So did this, and then we saw it was put on throughout the city. So of course James Christie had to fly. He caught the last flight from Heathrow to get here on time and go out punk hunting. And I think going to my own profile here. Excuse me, my own profile.
Yeah, definitely go for it. I mean, yeah, show it off, because that's what makes it fun here is being able to go around and do these things. Like when there's me. Yes, I love it. And that was one of the first photos that came out from the punk hunt and through Save Art Space. And look, it's Google right in the background. And a matter of fact, that style and picture, there's been multiple pictures of that with people standing next to it. Thanks to you. It's almost like its own little trademark throughout New York City right now. And it all started with you. And that's how the collaboration started. And that's what's so cool about this. Like, I myself, as I told you before, is I'm always like jealous of not being able to be out there and being a part of it. You know, my normal 9 to 5 just prevents me from doing that. But just going around and seeing it, you know, seeing it last month in Miami, seeing it this month in New York City. It's going to be in London. You know, it's going to be over on the Pond pretty soon, and it's just wonderful that able to collaborate like that. And I just love the story behind you know, the pieces that you created. You know, the iconic 9 look was, you know, that started actually Pranksy, like the symmetrical looks like that. And in the Discord, like way back in the day, he would always have different wallets that have different 9s in them, and we call them the Brady Bunch 9. Just like the Brady Bunch 9 would pop up in the Brady Bunch Pro. It's just, it looks cleaner, crisper, symmetrical, and then, you know, obviously brings your attention to, you know, each one individually. And I love what you did with the alien. Of course, I mean, that's just a huge, significant part of the auction. I mean, that's what brought it to the news articles.
Had to have an alien, right? And of course the alien and the alien wig, right? And the headband, we had to go there. Your suit, we had a crazier color suit on the alien before, but the alien actually means business when he's throwing down the intergalactic gavel on the introduction. So, you know, what would each of these characters actually have been like if Christian with these different personas?
Can you see the screen right now? There's a question popping up. Can you see that by chance?
Let me pop back in there. Ooh. Any consideration of what a James Christie of the
live action right there
future would look like? Oh wow, love these renditions. Oh, thank you, folks. Thank you, folks. Christie of the future. That's a good question. I mean, 3D glasses are going to be popular in the future too. Where's my 3D glasses? Jam. I mean, I was thinking about the names of all these too, right? And of course, Jamis is a little bit Jimmy inspired, but I didn't want on the head too directly in saying it's Jimmy because look, this is Purple Rain. This is you know, Prince inspired, right?
Prince, Purple Rain,
look great.
Hendrix in there, yeah.
Do they each have properties that
future?
properties?
I didn't go to the length of properties, right? I didn't create a set of 10 of these. These were all very intentional in how I put together the attributes and combining specific things. Of course, we had to have a smoking punk, and that's again why fucking Christie is the most badass of all of the 9 punks. What, you know, so we got to have the color pop here on Jameson. Got to have the pipe going, and all of them, other than Jay here, fit the 24 by 24, but his pipe and big made him 25 pixels wide. So excuse me from breaking from tradition on that extra pixel.
Hey, that's all right. It's all in the artist's hand and the eye of the beholder, and you know these are cool. I mean, these are catchy. I like them. You know, and when Paris Shilton brought them across the palette, you know, I was all about it. And not only that, it's like the story behind it. You know, the knowledge that you're you know, CryptoPunk fan, just like going around New York, and I don't know. It's awesome.
Yeah, so we got our individual ones with their 1766s below because you got to match. You got a traditional inscription outside on King Street. We wouldn't want to offend Ruffalo out there, even though Christie's auction house is no longer run by the Christie family. I know there was a tad bit of controversy in how the punks were presented, and understanding walking around and seeing invaders around New York City, I could see what they were going for in presenting those little tiles space, and I can also understand where punk owners wanted to, you know, be presented in a serious manner alongside the works of Basquiat and other Christie's was bringing to the front for the 21st century sale. So I understand the rub, and they're to adapt to this modern world, right? You've got this clash of 250-year-old organization trying to make their way in the modern world, and Sotheby's has been doing the same. They did with POC, the fungible series, and Nifty Gateway helped out there. I had some rub about not making it easy for crypto native buyers to participate in these auctions, and not just for the punks, but Beanie out there sort of ringing the bell that there are crypto traders, NFT collectors who might be able to put down a bid for Picasso in ETH that would have been a higher bid than what somebody's putting down in fiat. I think that just speaks to the overall economic flippening happening between our traditional crypto world.
And it's making its own economy. I mean, that's what you're seeing with, you know, starting with the CryptoPunks, then it branches off to the Me-Bits, and then it, you know, branches off into other artists that get inspired from it, and you know, are able to. Some of it's their career, some of it's their hobbies, but either way, people are having fun doing it. That's what it's all about. And, you know, I enjoy fun following it, collecting it, and you know, talking with cool people that are making cool things.
It's been a lot of fun. It really having the conversation with you and Nicole, Richie Rich, and seeing support from the rest of the community around this, and getting this punks around the city is truly has become more the fun of the project than the process, which of course is fun and painstaking these things down to however many kilobytes and bytes as possible. We looked at actually on chain, putting the pixel art on chain, as opposed to going with the IPFS, and we went with the latter. It seems like it's going to be pretty durable, and throwing our hat over the fence and joining the fray here. It's not the first NFT release we had done to cover a diverse array of styles, and certainly the thing that, though I really intended set out to me, the deeper and deeper I got into it. So hopefully folks feel clearly about what this represents, and looking back on it some years down the road, it sort of marks this one point in time. And if some people also want to one home to their digital wallets, then all the better.
And that's what I'm trying to do, is help, have the artists find the, find the collectors. And, this is a historic event, historic moment in time. And to, have a little keepsake in your NFT portfolio for it. It's, not everyone can afford the teens of millions of dollars that went in to buy the actual Christie's auction, but this is a cool memorabilia and collectible that you can have in the NFT space.
And we do have the James Christie avatar, who's been up and running for the last 200 years. So hypothetically, the buyer of token number 1 and technically of 10, we do have the tile mosaic for when Christie's auction house themselves come around and need their personal collection, their historic collection. I'm sort of holding that one off for them. But somebody wants to get out there and comment on all of the happenings in the NFT space and CryptoPunk space, then one of these avatars potentially create an opportunity for them to engage in looking at what does it mean to have an avatar, an online identity, in a way that maybe you wouldn't with your hashtag real name identity out there in the internet world. So that's been a fun part of exploring this space too, is what does it mean to you to be somebody else, for somebody else to be masquerading as somebody else. I think it's Dave, DDAAVVEE, whose avatar out there, Twitter profile, their Twitter profile, just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. It just, I mean, if that doesn't, there, right there, up and scroll back up to the description of the profile.
I know Dave very well.
Believe you me, a dude disguised as another. Love it. I love it.
Yep, and he doesn't answer DMs either. It's great to have. Hey, JRR Token, do you have any races that are coming up anytime shortly here?
Let's see. Yeah, I have no. 33 minutes is my next race.
I'm in 30 minutes as well. I'm not sure. I mean, do you just want to hang here for 30 minutes and keep chatting and try to get these 2 races in? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings here?
I'm good. I think we could definitely do a follow-up.
Correct, because
a recap, and we'll do another couple races. I think interestingly, the races did slow down, but I think that's because there's so many new players that it just doubled all the timing. But
I think that they'll
be quicker.
I think that there's a ton of people playing right now on Saturday night. I think that the races, I remember going through it with you, and the races were like, you can kind of get in a race at any second. But
any second, yeah, it would be like instantaneous. It was great.
So right now,
they're actually doing there's a Preakness NFT, Preakness and Zed partnership going down right now on OpenSea.
Okay.
You can't miss it. Actually, I think it's like on the top banner, and they have if you win the auction for some of these historic moments, kind of like horsey top shots from Preakness, you can win an exclusive Zed Nakamoto with an exclusive skin Genesis horse. It's kind of crazy. Those will be pretty valuable. But it'll be interesting to see how they keep evolving that kind of surprise drops.
Are there
random
especially big races in Zed Racing? Is there going to be a Zed Crown that unlocks like this wild NFT trophy that nobody else can ever?
Well, I don't know about trophies. That's definitely something that's been discussed, and like having that looked funny, having a global leaderboard, ultimate champions and all that kind of stuff. So definitely something that they're thinking about. And one of the things that they've done is Atari partnered with Zed. So in the Atari casinos, as those kind of launch, believe there are supposed to be some special races. They definitely have a special Atari horses that are going to come out at some point. That was something that they mentioned, but I want one of those for sure.
Well,
But I don't have
Atari,
$100,000 lying around or any Ethereum.
Isn't Atari linked with Etheria? Didn't they buy like Etheria and have all the land of Etheria? Pretty much
Probably it's something crazy.
Yeah, I think they bought like all of Etheria, and yeah, I think Etheria is like a decentralized land, but that was like prior.
The horse races at the Atari Casino are going to be Zed horse races, so that's definitely one of the reasons I invested.
I ponied up as well.
Yeah,
because I think it's a great investment. I think it's something cool too.
So fun, and it's crazy. I don't
So
know.
we're gonna have race tracks in the virtual world. Somebody's gonna have Kentucky and virtual.
Yeah, they had some interesting ones. It seemed like some of the racetracks on Zed are already like kind of somewhat branded. Like there was Star Capital, and I'm not sure if that's like a real. There was Alibaba and Star Capital and like a bunch of like startup-y sounding races, but who knows? They might really have those races. I'm not a horse racing fan during the in the real world. Only digital NFTs became my obsession, like digital animal husbandry.
Well, I think it's cool. I think I'm gonna.
Who do you think's gonna? I think I've seen Borat in this race before. Borat is a good bet. Let's see, 600 meters to go. Let's see here. I think I've seen Borat take it away a couple times before.
So that also there's a class 3. So how many horses do you own?
I have now I have 3 horses. I got 2 earlier in April. 2 Nakamotos.
From what I understand, like your horses aren't like you didn't break the bank to get these horses, correct? They were rather
not really. It was like I think it was like 0.1 something, and then 0.2 maybe for the other. For the 2 original horses. I did spend a pretty penny though on a Genesis Buterin horse at the after this last drop, because one, I really want a Genesis horse. My other 2 horses are not Genesis. They are already bred from Nakamoto's, but I'll take what I could get. They are okay. They're not bad, but I have plans to do some interesting breeding with all of them and really use their offspring more to win races and breed stronger horses. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. I can't wait to, definitely want to breed my Maiko horse with your colt. I think would be a nice match. 2 Nakamotos, double Nakamoto DNA.
You mean this fine thing here?
That fine piece of horsey.
Well, that's why I kind of got into it. It'd be fun to kind of mix and match and kind of get other friends that are interested in that and kind of get our own little stable going and make offspring that are possible things that we can use and we can bring up later, which would just be cool to do, cool to get them in races. I think maybe the game plan for this is maybe to find a couple other owners of horses and just pre-plan a couple of races so that they just land on the same time that we're recording right now.
Oh,
So then
totally. Yeah. I mean,
we
you
get a
could get,
couple of races.
and the thing is like I could put in all my horses. You could, if it's a paid race, you could put in all your horses, multiple horses in the same race. But like if we do get a nice little crew together, we can certainly
put it out and just be like, hey, I got a race coming up in a minute or two.
Well, the Pony Plug group, which is awesome, and definitely follow if you wanted to get some tips and tricks from in the Zed world. The Pony Plug on Twitch is interesting. They do a lot of good stuff, and I saw them do a wonderful charity event. Where they did get a bunch of people on stream, and so there was about like 5 of them, 6 of them, like all together on chat. They were going to donate all the winnings, if they won, to the charity, and basically they we're able to fill up at least half of the horses in the match. And then using Discord, because people are like tuned in, they said jump in, here's the link, just jump into the race, and boom boom boom, you fill it up very quickly. And then it goes into the slot and you go to the next one. But it was pretty quick. Now times are taking longer, but they're refining everything. They're like working on this 24/7. This platform's like insane.
All right. Well, boys, I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Novo.
Else?
Who won the punks auction? Who won the punks auction? The Christie's won.
Who won the Christie's punks auction? I think it's still. I think it's still anonymous. To tell you the truth,
it's that poker player. I'm searching around here. I couldn't find it. I've seen somebody cite it. Supposedly, former professional
Santiago, the poker player.
That doesn't ring a bell. I don't know. I'm just Christy wondering because of that comment in the chat about somebody who would buy punks for $6 million might, maybe that's the person interested in what the future punk, the future J looks like. You might have to track down that answer.
That's a great answer right there. There's one here that says, what does it say? Those pilots give me the Back to the Future vibe. Marty McFly's head on a Christie's body. So maybe the 3D glasses, like Biff and Biff.
No, Jem has the pilot glasses and the backwards cap.
Mm-hmm.
Jem favorite. Jem is maybe among the most mysterious of the Christies.
All right. Anything else to wrap it up? On that. Satoshi's Closet, thank you very much for what you've been doing, making the punk hunt fun, making me feel like I am in New York, that I had a piece of the auction and seeing auction history. It was almost better documented and showed and advertised through you than actually Christie's, because I think all they did was use to save art space, which kind of saved the day and actually got the word out there. And, you were helping getting the word out there at the street level as well. So thank you for what you're doing in the community. And, if anything I can do to help in the future, let me know.
Glad to do it. Glad to be back on anytime.
Good luck with the auction. They look awesome.
Thank you. Thanks, Token.
All right. Thank you, Satoshi's Closet. We'll be hearing from you soon. Let us know how it's going. All right. Thank you.
Will do, guys. Thank you.
All right, JRR Token. We will hit the hay, as they say it in the horse racing world, because that's what they eat. Thank you very much for helping me navigate me through this. I feel a lot well-versed in it. For sure, next time I think we can get a lot more horse racing going. We'll time it up more. And, this was awesome, my friend. So I will be chatting
hopefully next time I don't, to win. Don't come in fourth. Oh my God, that was so close.
I know. What if they make like a horsey racing moment, and it's like you getting fourth, like not win placing or showing, but getting fourth place? That would be
like, yes, Everyone wins.
It'd be like the boob prize. You just get like, it's like,
You
oh,
get a
good
gold.
luck. Your good
You'll
luck.
get a
trophy
cereal.
at the end of the
We'll give you a
season.
sticker.
Yeah. It's for finishing last. Here's your trophy.
You're the king loser.
All right. Well, if you're up for it, I'm up for doing this again next Saturday. This was
Yeah,
fun. I wouldn't mind getting in some more races. Actually, I'll have a race in probably about 20 or 30 minutes, but
start strategizing, see where your horse is strong at, and win.
start dominating. All right.
Mhm.
I will talk with you soon. Peace, my friend. And for all my aliens, apes, and zombies that were watching at home, thank you for following. This has been spectacular. I'm going to do this again next Saturday as well. And tomorrow night at 10 p.m., we are going to have some live minting of some shoes, some sneakers. So stay tuned on Twitter for more information on that. This is Crypto Novo 311 saying stay positive and